So we've gone through a couple different scenarios now. We've added a CTA for donations to every single post by editing the post template. We added a song track or a piece of content to a header template part, and that shows up across the entire site because that's the template that I'm using on all the different templates on the site right now. So that's the header or the template part I'm using across the whole site. So that was one quick change to put that everywhere, or one quick change to put the CTA on every single post. Another kind of selective option you can do is use something like a category index page. So if you have a lot of content on your site, people might go to specific categories, like write about comic books, or you write about martial arts, or you write about painting, or you write about puppies. People might come to your site just to read that specific type of content that you're producing. So we're going to jump in and we're going to look at adding something like a gallery or a poll, even to get feedback, to the top of every category page. That way you can get ideas, you can get input, you can get people to vote on different things, but it doesn't show up everywhere on your site that people are really engaged and kind of focused. So when they're on a category page or a category index page, they're looking for content to engage with. When they're on a single post page, they're really trying to engage with that content, and you might not want to distract them from that. So let's go ahead and shrink my head again and get it over here. And let's go ahead and go into the editor. Now, as this loads up, you're going to see the HTML block we added before in the header, and then it's going to default to the home page as usual. Like I mentioned, we're going to go here, and we're going to go to templates, and we're going to look at this index, I believe. Oh, here it is, archive. Display posts, categories, tags, and archives. This is what we want. Okay, so it's using the same header right now. And just a quick tip on that, if you ever wanted to change the header that you're using on that page, you can actually just replace it with a different header. You can do wide, rounded, logo, regular header, minimal header. Easy enough. I'll switch it back just so they're all using the same thing so I don't forget what I did. And let's look at the page. So let's shrink the header because we're not going to mess with that. Let's see what kind of content. So we have a query loop block right here and all the content within it. Realistically, if we're adding something to the page, we want it to be at the top. We have the archive title and we have all that content it's going to list. So let's just go ahead and add a block here. One cool idea for any site really is to get more user feedback. So let's grab a poll. And you'll see, since if you're on WordPress.com, we also are kind of a sibling brand to CrowdSignal, which is a tool for gathering user feedback and research. So you see, create your own poll with CrowdSignal. We're going to say something like, who is your favorite Jedi, since this is Star Wars themed? And we'll say Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, or Yoda. And what's really cool, actually, if you didn't see that, the second I started typing another option, it gave me another block to fill in, which is kind of just a nice UX touch that they put in there. So obviously I don't like those colors there. We can change if we want it to be multiple answers. We can change the width of it and how we want it aligned. Since it's center of the page is probably where we want it, and we maybe want it to bump up above the title so that people respond to that first, and then the title is still associated with the content under it. And then let's go ahead and see what we can do for settings. I'll move my face out of the way. So we can do a list view or buttons. The list looks nicer, much cleaner. We still have that copy over here that you can edit and play with. So once they submit, it'll show results. That'll let them go see how the poll's trending. You can play with all these different statuses. So if the poll was open or if you closed it and they can only see the results, that's an option. And then you can get in your block styling. So we can go with text color. Maybe we want to make it banana yellow so it matches the rest of the site. That is official Star Wars color, by the way. We're going to leave the background black. Let's make the border yellow as well, just so it all looks the same. I'm not going to mess too much with the button styling, but we can choose one response per computer, and we can randomize order. So those are two pretty nice features that you have just right inside this block. Let's see, button styling. This button down here, that still looks weird. Background color, we want to make black. Text color, we want to make yellow. Easy enough. That's super cool. So that'll sync to your CrowdSignal account. You can also see the results in here, just like anybody else can. So let's save it and see how it looks. Okay, so it's saved. Now, because we're in template mode, the preview doesn't really take you to go see it because it could go to multiple different pages. So when you click preview, it gives you the options for what preview you want to see. But the best way to kind of check your work is to just open your site back up. And then we can go to any of the categories, which should be lyrics. So now you see this poll on top. I probably should change the hover colors there and make sure all this works fine. But at least we know the poll is showing up where it's supposed to. And we're good to go. So pretty easy. You don't want to get too crazy because you can see here at the top that content is starting to stack. So you can play around with maybe adding it after a post, or you can add it at the bottom of the page, maybe down in the footer. It just depends on which template you're on.